talk about the health of our skin and the moisture in our skin, we've gotten accustomed to the fact that that's directly related to what we apply on the outside. And if it's nice and shiny, it's moist.
Sure.
And that's really healthy skin isn't nice and shiny and oily. Really healthy skin is radiant skin. It's skin where that moisture is exuding from the inside. And that's what we're talking about when we're talking about ceramides. The system of our skin to protect the moisture, to protect the fullness and the plumpness of our skin because of the readily available moisture in that skin, that's the responsibility of ceramides. Secondarily, working with ceramides is molecules like cholesterol, and also we talked about before omega-3 fatty acids. But the majority of the water-retaining benefits, which is critical to the structural health and function of our skin, that's ceramides. That's these really carefully organized layers and sheets of ceramides. So that's what we're talking about today. Unfortunately, you could put ceramides on the outside of your body, but the skin is designed to keep things out. Unfortunately, when it comes to the chemical sunscreens, because chemical sunscreens have this interesting affinity for the skin, chemical sunscreens can penetrate our skin and be absorbed into the body. In fact, almost all the chemical sunscreens, you put them on your skin, if you take a blood test or a urine test, you're finding them there.
Oh, wow.
So it's something, unfortunately, when it comes to ceramides, that doesn't apply. So you could put ceramides on the outside of your body. The only benefit they might have is topical appearance, but they are not performing that moisturizing benefit, the hydrating benefit that they perform when you ingest them. And the science is crystal clear that if you ingest ceramides, those ceramide molecules could go into the skin and deliver their benefits. And also the science is clear. When you ingest ceramides in double-blind clinical studies, it's observed that those ceramides improve virtually all the measures by which we judge the quality, the health, the youthful vitality of our skin.
Absolutely. So in a nutshell, from the inside out, this is nature's little moisturizer. You want smoother skin, less lined skin, less wrinkled skin, radiant skin, glowy skin, healthy skin, younger looking skin. Yes, vanity, I mean, on the face, but the rest of your body as well. I know I've said it repeatedly, but for me, because my hands were, I'm in the kitchen a lot here. I love doing my kitchen show on Mondays, but I'm using hand sanitizer. I'm washing my hands a lot. And so systemically, I've just noticed better skin all over my body. I'm using fewer beauty products as a result. So let's just show you your size choices. And part of, this is an abbreviated airing. Remember, it is one of your final opportunities. You're always welcome to shop after the fact. But we are well above anticipated or expected demands. Big savings, even if you do the introductory sizes of the 30, 60, 120. But part of the reason we're so far above expected demand, we've never done a 360 before.
Never, and the only reason I never did a 360 before is it would have been too expensive. Over the years since we introduced ceramides, when I first introduced it, I hardly talked about it. Yeah. I had it available for those people who just wanted to order it, but I didn't talk about it on television because I thought it was too expensive. And we've gradually lowered the price over time, exerting some degree of pressure on, there's two companies that make the best materials in the world. They're both in France. And fortunately, we've been able to improve the price, and today more than ever. This is by far the best pricing ever, that 360 capsule supply, and you only need to take one per day. You could take more, but the research, the science, all those positive studies I like to talk about, we're emulating the science with the same ingredient and at the same level. So just one capsule is all you need to take, and again, that's now 40 cents per day. Previously, it was well over $1 a day. Yeah. So even in the 30 capsule supply, it's still, the Try-Me is still over $1 a day. So the large size is more economical, also more ecological, more environmentally sound, because it eliminates a year's worth of deliveries, because it's only one bottle, and it'll last entirely until our Today Special next year, when hopefully I have the same good news we had this year, where I'm able to lower the price even more next year. That would be my goal. But when you're talking about this ingredient, we've hear more and more about it, because you could see it in even what I would call more of the mass market ordinary skincare products that you'd see on a shelf in a grocery store or a discount store, not the fancy brands that you originally saw it in when we introduced this almost a decade ago, but you now see it in ordinary products. I think it has stimulated curiosity, it's stimulated interest, and certainly it's an ingredient like so many other fatty acids or oils that can have beneficial sensory effect when we apply it to the outside of our skin. But does it deliver its moisturizing effect? Sadly, no. That unfortunately the sphingolipids, these are large molecules that don't penetrate deeply into the skin and get to the stratum corneum. The stratum corneum, that's the really living, exciting, interesting part of our skin. That's where the moisturization or the retention of moisture. And again, our skin battles to retain moisture. We are this living thing living out in a world. And imagine, think of a sponge. If a sponge was wet, even in a humid environment, it's only going to be so long, or a towel, whatever it is, it's only going to be so long till it dries out. A piece of fruit, only so long. Peel the apple, how long does it take to dry out? So our skin, like the peel of that apple or the rind of any fruit, our skin was designed to keep in our moisture because the outside environment, it's going to take it from us. Every time we breathe, it takes some of it. Simply, it is wicking off the surface of our skin all the time. But our skin has a structure that's designed, has layers of these things called ceramides that are designed to protect and retain our moisture. Not for the beauty we're talking about today or for the health of our skin that we're talking about today, but for survival. Because retarding or resisting the evaporation, the moisture leaving our body, that was about survival thousands of years ago. Today, it's about the beauty of our skin, because to the degree our skin has adequate levels of ceramides, which is reduced with the aging process, as ceramides go down, so goes our skin. That's when we notice greater issues in terms of roughness of our skin, lack of smoothness of our skin, a reduction in radiance of our skin, and an increase in potential wrinkling of our skin. And we're not just talking about our face, we're talking about those trouble spots throughout the body. In reading some of the reviews earlier, I must have read at least 4 or 5 reviews that talked about heels, a couple that talked about hands, a couple that talked about the neck. Each one of us has our own particular spot where we notice the age-related changes in our body's ability to moisturize and retain the moisture in our skin.
Absolutely, but wow, are we busy. And I know, I will only put it to you this way. That's why I say, yes, the science is compelling to say the least, but if vanity and the savings is you know, if that's enough incentive.
Well, the reviews are compelling.
They are.
And even I was a little concerned about the reviews because unlike Healthy Hair, Skin, Nails and other products where I know immediately you see the benefits, this is a product that many people within 2, 3, 4, 5 days, a week, 2 weeks, I'd say in less than a month, 80, 90% of the folks will see the benefits. But I was a little concerned, but obviously the reviews are amazing. They're compelling. And that amazing is one of the reviews that's constantly used. The one thing I was going to mention, I just walked over to to look at our quantities remaining. And in the large size, we're barely over 1,000 right now in the large size. We do have set aside capsules.
Okay.
So I know we could make probably a few thousand more bottles that we'll distribute in all the sizes. But we are pretty close to where we expected to be at the end of the day.
Oh, wow.
So if you're planning on taking advantage of the Today Special pricing. And mind you, the 360 goes away at the end of today. The 240 capsule supply becomes more expensive than the 360 is today. So this is a special event for us where we make literally tens of millions of capsules. And in so doing, we are able to dramatically reduce the price of the product. It's the price after today is still better than it was in the past, but it's not going to be as good as it is today until at least a year from now.
A huge savings. Let me just show that to you again real quickly. And certainly you're always welcome to make your buying decision, you know, whenever it's convenient to you. However, if you are even considering on the, you know, periphery, your larger sizes, I might want to recommend that you grab that now. I know I'm certainly going to be shopping immediately prior to this show. But 30, 60, 120, 240, or 360, big savings, even if you do some of the introductory sizes. But part of the reason with now almost 18,000 gone, that we're just way ahead of expected projections, is if you take a look at the $159, now that's $130 off. That's 40 cents a day. 40 cents a day for a year's, basically a year's worth of the best beauty bargain you're gonna find, because remember, it is getting you that glowy, smoother, more even, less lined, moisturized skin from the inside out. And it's non-denominational. Men take this, women take this. When you read the reviews, it's great because women are using fewer of their beauty products, fewer of their creams. Their other creams and serums are, you know, because we're not going to give those up. They're working better as a result. For me, yes, vanity prevails, but if you have dry skin, especially for me on my hands, that was the real problem area. Sometimes it can just be actually kind of uncomfortable. And several of the reviews talk about that the dry skin was, you know, problematic in so much as it was actually uncomfortable. And we know that there's a comfort associated when your skin is buoyant and dewy and glowing and soft and moisturized. Yeah, it's gonna look younger, but it feels better as well. So for today and today only, we only see these savings once a year, but even when Andrew did this last year, and incidentally, last year the 360 was not available and it actually sold out early. So use that information for what you will. I know we abbreviated this airing. Andrew will be back with Colleen tonight at 8 o'clock. But what I would certainly recommend, I know I'm going to be shopping now. You might want to consider doing the same. Great gift for the guys for Father's Day as well. I mean, why not?
By the way, the reviews on this product are some of the most compelling reviews
really are.
that I've ever read. And we just have a large stack of reviews here. And mind you, this is a product that for the first 5 or 6 years, I didn't really show it on television, and then very occasionally at best. It wasn't until last summer when we did a special visit in June that we introduced the Phytoceramides as a Today Special, and that's why we're back with it. And it's since that time, it's really taken on a life of its own. The reviews have come to life. So it's a remarkable product. I encourage you to read the reviews. What's exciting here, as I always say, the only experiment that matters, I talk about the clinical science and the experiments, is yours. And you either see the benefit in the product or you get to send it back. So yes, it used to be a crazy expensive product. It's still expensive today, but at 1 capsule a day, the large size is only 40 cents a day. So it becomes much more affordable, free shipping and handling. And if you don't love it, you send it back. But let's look at some more of these reviews. To me, they're incredibly exciting.
They are.
And again, you know when you see reviews like this, these are not fake reviews. These are people sharing their passionate, heartfelt experience.
They are.
In love with this product. I think I caught the tail end of the presentation for this product because the only thing I heard was, wow, what this will do for your skin from the inside out. This is all I had to hear. I ordered a small bottle and oh, my skin is so soft. I do believe in what Andrew says about working on the inside in order to see results on the outside. It's the only chance we have.
It's true.
The outside, it's just makeup. We're just covering up and it's dead tissues on the outside. It makes perfect sense. Anyway, the very next month after ordering this product, it became the product of the month, and guess what? I bought the largest size, and we'll never forget a day to take this supplement. So it must have been last year.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andrew, for making such a difference in all our lives. You are on my appreciation list every day. Thank you, Sammy in Ohio.
Nice.
I appreciate that.
Nice.
Definitely works. I purchased this product when Andrew first released it. I ran out of the product and there was a few months before I ordered it again. I definitely noticed a difference with my skin when I was not using it. I experienced the dry elbows and heels that I had prior to using it. I started using it again and within days, no more dry elbows and heels. I don't want to be without this product. I even ordered a backup supply this time so that when my current bottle runs out, I have another one on hand. It works great in combination with Andrew's Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails and Marine Collagen products. That's Melinda in Illinois. And so many of us, we might have blood sugar issues or other issues that affect the health of our skin and our extremities. And you know, whatever the health challenges we might have, whatever medications we might take, it oftentimes underscores and just accentuates our need to give our body the tools to maintain moisture. This works. I started using this because my heels were so dry. If I ran my finger over my heel, it was actually sharp. No matter how much cream I put on it, it made no difference. I take 4 a day because my problem is severe. This is a 1 capsule per day product,
right?
But 4 a day, if you could afford it, great. I take 4 a day because my problem is severe. This worked. My heels are now soft, no more sharp skin. I notice the other things too. My skin is more elasticity and lines are less noticeable. I love this. In fact, when it comes to say our heels or our elbows, certainly our heels, we all know that, say, if we get a cut somewhere in our body, how rapidly it heals. If we get a cut on our feet, on our legs, it heals more slowly. So it just, to me, emphasizes the efficacy of this product, especially when we talk about our heels. Usually the heels, the calluses, they're dry, hard skin that's built up over a period of time. So for phytoceramides to work from the inside out, to transform those tissues, really informs how effective it is. So it's an exciting product, but just a couple more reviews. So great supplement, phytoceramides. I've been taking the supplement for 3 days. I have a dry mouth, very dry mouth, to the point of having multiple cavities. The very first day of taking the supplement, I noticed that I was able to form saliva in my mouth. Prior to this, I was always drinking water or sucking on lozenges to help with the moisture in my mouth. Based on this, I give this product 10 stars. We have a few reviews that talked about that, and it's not something that I even contemplated.
Sure.
I can't wait to see what happens with continued use of the supplement. I use several of Andrew Lessman's products, but this is the first one I noticed immediate results very quickly from Marie in Illinois. Wow. My skin is so much better. I bought the 120 capsules and just went back and ordered the 240 count. My skin has been dry forever. I'm always putting on lotions, etc. This has made a huge improvement in just a couple of weeks. I use a lot of Andrew's products, but I have to say, this one, I can see and feel the improvement. Thanks, Andrew. Great product. We'll do one more. Again, these are real reviews written by passionate individuals. Andrew is the man. Andrew is the man again and again. I use a lot of Andrew's products, and hands down, this is a winner. The very best one. I am a 56-year-old African-American woman, but no one believes it because I have really beautiful skin. Thank you, Mama and Grandmother, but after using your product, at least 3 people, including my boyfriend, asked, "What have you done? Did you try a new makeup," which I rarely use, "or have something done?" I trust Andrew because his product always delivers just as he says, but I was not expecting this amazing miracle pill to work so fast. I bought the 120 capsule, and now I'm going back for the largest. Please never stop, Andrew, because you are an awesome gift to us.
Aww.
From Ginny in Texas.
That's nice.
Thank you, Ginny.
You steely-eyed missile man, you.
I'm never going to be allowed to forget that.
I know.
But all I'm doing here is following up on science that I originally encountered more than a decade ago. That as exciting as ceramides are, so that they put them in topical products, they can't deliver the real benefit of ceramides, which is the moisturization of the skin. And what we're talking about on the outside of our body, it's really an emollient. It's really a textural feel when you apply some oils or some fatty molecules like a sphingolipid, like a ceramide. If you follow the science, the way ceramides deliver their moisturizing benefit is internally. That's the nutrient that has to be delivered to the skin to be organized into these very specialized layers that holds in the moisture that's responsible for the youthful health, vitality, resiliency, radiance, elasticity of our skin. So unfortunately, the only way to deliver it is internally. And this is a product that we specifically follow the science in terms of the ingredient, in terms of the level, in terms of the form.
I mean, but how exciting is that? Because it's interesting, even that last review, she's 56 years young. I'm in my mid-50s now. So even my makeup artist today, she uses less makeup on me now than she did when I was in my 30s. Seriously.
Yeah, I still, except when I'm here, they put a little makeup on me, which I grudgingly allowed to happen, whatever, for shine or things like that. And if it takes more than 2 minutes, I start complaining.
It's true.
Shelley does my makeup, and I'm like, less is more. So
it's true.
But certainly we spend time in LA, and you see more and more men wearing makeup. But so, not that there's anything, of course, wrong with wearing makeup. But to the extent makeup or moisturizers or skincare work well, it is no different than if you were an artist and you were a talented artist, you'd want to buy good quality canvas. That determines how wonderful, how beautiful that painting is going to look. Your canvas is the skin on your body. And the only way you manufacture that canvas is inside your body. Yeah. And in terms of moisturization, it is the specific science. Moisturization is a lipid-based process. It's not a lipid-based process outside your body. It is a lipid-based process inside your body in the stratum corneum. that is where it takes place. So the only opportunity is if you deliver those lipids inside your body. And guess what? There's one lipid in particular that's principal role is all about moisturization, and that's ceramides. And our ceramides, of course, are plant-based. That's why they call them phytoceramides. And that's where the science is. So, and I didn't do it, I'm going to print out the very recent studies that I have read. I'm going to print them out, and this evening, when we're back with one last airing, I'm going to read some of the quotes from the study, which are compelling. And basically what they talk about is all these measures of what we all want our skin to improve and look better in terms of these measures. They talk about all those measures during the study improved.
But you know, that's what's so shocking. I mean, the science alone, double-blind studies, the science measuring a difference and improvement, and all those ear markers for things that we say make us look old.
And this is not, and that's why I love to emphasize, this is not airy-fairy science where they're giving someone something and they're saying, how does your skin feel? No, this is rigorous science where one group is getting the ceramides, the other group is getting something else. Nobody knows who.
Right.
Neither the people getting the product nor the people giving them the product. The researchers are blind. The subjects are blind. And it isn't until all is done that they compare the results, because they have everything is coded, that they compare the results. And what's even better, it's not as though they're asking the people, okay, do you feel better? Does it look better? They're using objective measures for radiance of the skin, how well the skin reflects light. They're using objective measures, scientific measures for roughness and texture of the skin. So it's not airy-fairy soft science. These are clinical studies that are reported in reputable journals that are objective science, that neither the people doing the science nor the people who are the subjects in the science, nobody knows what's going on until it's all done when they compare notes. And it could, depending if a product works or not, it's going to show that it was beneficial or not. And in the case of ceramides, it showed basically all of the measures of, say, skin improvement in terms of those moisture-related improvements, wrinkling, texture, smoothness, roughness, all of those things improved. So we'll talk about that later. I'll actually read the quotes.
Right, a scientific measurement. So I know we're super busy. I know we're in our last few moments of this hour, and I am so excited for you. You can probably tell. I know for myself, for me to say that I'm in my mid-50s, and I can tell you for a fact, I wear less makeup than I ever did. I started at HSN when I was in my, actually I turned 30 on the air. So I started actually, you know, at 29, you know, moving into my 30th year here at HSN. You can do the math on your own. But to say that I'm in my mid-50s and I'm wearing less makeup, Andrew's skin is better than ever before. Of course, he's always the picture of health, but imagine what that can mean to you. Now, I realize individual results are going to vary, but even if we factor out less lines, more moisturized skin, even skin tone, glowy skin, radiant skin, healthier skin, less line skin, if you factor all that out, if you just think of the fact your other products are going to work better because they don't have to go, you know, you've got that added moisture.
Again, it's sort of like that canvas. That canvas is going to look better. And we all know this. We have patches on our skin, parts of our body, where as we get older, the skin just is a little more challenged and dry. For me, you know, I spend a lot of time outdoors. I mountain bike, I run trails. So, and for me, I'm thankful for ingredients like this because for most of my life, as much time as I spent outdoors, I really didn't take as good a care of as I should in terms of using sunscreen and things like that. So I'm not someone who, I focus more on how well my body functions and rather than how well it looks. So, and for me, you know, you could do the math. I started this company 40 years ago. I'm not a spring chicken anymore.
Please, Dorian Gray.
So we have to do what we can, and what we can should be informed. I mean, a lot of the topical products, yes, they have ingredients that sound exciting, but topical ceramides don't deliver the benefit for which the word ceramides is exciting. It's like rubbing glucosamine on your joint and saying it's going to help your joint. Not going to work. You have to ingest it. It has to be incorporated into those tissues. Or even, you see collagen peptides in topical products.
You do.
Those collagen peptides in topical products are not delivering those collagen peptides and the benefit, the signaling benefit, the structural benefit to the collagen structure of your skin or your joints or your blood vessels, your vascular tissue. So as much as in a pragmatic way, we sort of get blinded by the science a little bit because these ingredients are exciting and interesting, and we figure if we put them on the outside of their body, obviously they're delivering the benefit that we'd hope to for the inside of our body, hope to receive for the inside of our body. But it doesn't work that way. And certainly, ceramides in a topical skincare product, it's not harmful, just as you could find pretty much every nut oil, vegetable oil, pretty much every plant-based oil you could find in some skincare product somewhere. Why? Because when we apply oils, in fact, you can find like petroleum jelly. When you apply fats and oils to our skin, it gives you a nice, smooth, emollient, lubricated texture. But are those molecules being delivered to the part of our skin that's responsible for the moisture retention, that's responsible for the real youthful appearance of the skin? And the answer is no. I wish it were. I wish I could find a way where I could mix ceramides with some magic ingredient and it would magically deliver those ceramides to the inner layers of your stratum corneum, delivering you benefits. But the only way I could do it is by ingesting them. And that has been scientifically demonstrated, that if you want ceramides to get to the layer of your skin where it delivers visible benefits, the only science I have seen is that you have to ingest them. And we followed that specific science with that specific ingredient at that same level. That's what we've done.
All with one capsule a day. I mean, that's so amazing when you think about it. So I know Andrew will be working with his team and, making some adjustments as he can, because at this point, we have every size. I know you've got the final show with Colleen. Most of you are doing at 8 p.m.
We are literally down to the final 100, 200, 300 in each size.
I know.
But as I said before, we have 4 million capsules, as it turns out. So we held back 4 million capsules, which would have been for reorders and things in the future. But those 4 million capsules will get bottled up this week to meet whatever orders come in between now and hopefully as late as we go tonight.
But only for today at the special adjusted price.
After that, just as an example, the price on the 240 count will be higher, and Shannon has a chart there,
right here.
will be higher. So today, the 360 count, and this is all the economies from this enormous production we're doing today. We've never produced, whatever, 20 million capsules of phytoceramides ever before.
No.
So that's the savings. So after today, we go back to normal production, and the 240 count will be $40 more than today's 360 count.
So, because here's where the pricing will go. Here's where the pricing is today, and here are your savings. So here's what Andrew is talking about. After today, so here's your pricing today on the 360. Here's your pricing, after today on just the 240. Right. I mean, which is still a great value.
Well, if you compare it to our original price, it's an incredible value. It's one of those products that, as I said when I first introduced it, I didn't put it on air. As great as the science and the research was, the pricing was too expensive. So it wasn't until we managed to start kind of chipping away at the price that I finally put it on air a few years ago. And then last year, when we did it Today Special, that was our best pricing ever. And this year, we've done one better.
We have.
So, and hopefully in June of next year, when your 360 runs out, I'll be doing one better again, hopefully.
Absolutely. I mean, he always tries to, supersede what he has done in years past.
I already planned.
Right, I know.
Hopefully they're not watching TV in France, because the companies that make the most incredible materials, the only two companies I'd ever consider getting these phytoceramides from, they're both in France, they're both near Paris. Muriel's family lives in Paris, so
cool.
So we'll turn a little family trip into a little business trip where hopefully I'll be able to be convincing enough to hopefully get an even better price next June. So you don't need to get more than a year's supply, because next year, I hope in June, I'm going to have really great news.
For sure. But remember, after today, this pricing is no longer valid. So best pricing we've ever seen. Sizes, of course, that Andrew has never done before. The 360 count. Certainly, if you want either the 240 or the 360, I would highly recommend that you would choose it, sooner rather than later. I know I'm going to be doing my shopping after this show.
Basically, at the quantity we planned on going through at the end of today right now. So thankfully, we are the manufacturer, so we have capsules that we produce that we'll be able to bottle up this week to meet whatever your requirements are. So we'll be fine. We're not going to run out in the afternoon, so don't worry if you want to order later. We will certainly have plenty to talk about between 8 and 10 p.m. It just might be a slightly abbreviated presentations, that's all.
For sure. Just as an aside, you're always welcome to shop 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for any of your Andrew products. Usually when I get off the air, I've got my little Andrew Lessman wish list, and I fill up my shop